We welcome you to live at the NWAC tournament. In the 44-year history of the NWAC, it's only happened 4 times. The last time was in 2009, 2010, when Clackamas Community College went back-to-back, winning the men's basketball championship. Well, tonight, Clark College begins their quest for back-to-back titles. Standing in the way are the Yaks of Yakima. Today's game brought to you in part by Red Lion Hotels, the Washington National Guard, Alaska Airlines, by Baden, by the Snohomish County Sports Commission, Holiday Inn Everett, and by Everett Community College. We come to you live from the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College in North Everett. This is game number 4 of the 2016 Northwest Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championships. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty along with Brad Baxter. Today's matchup featuring the Clark College Penguins, the aforementioned defending champions from the NWAC, a 22-7 coming in. They'll be taking on the Yakima Valley Community College Yaks at 16-13. The winner of this game will take on Whatcom. The Orcas won the earlier semifinal over Columbia Basin. The loser of this game heads to the consolation bracket, and they've got to turn around and get it out of the rack tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the consolation round. Coach of the Clark College Penguins is Alex Kirk, and the coach of the Yakima Valley CC Yaks is Ray Funk. Brad Baxter, we talked about it in the first game, but it's the same March Madness no matter what level you're at, especially in college basketball, and that's what these guys are. And Clark looking for back-to-back championships.
Yeah, Clark's just a very good team top to bottom. They average 5 players in double digits. They go about 9 deep, averaging 7 points a game, at least 7 points a game, 9 deep to their bench. So it's just an incredible stat. They love to put the numbers up on the scoreboard. They like to get up and down the floor. On the other side, Yakima coming in at 16-13. They're riding a little bit of that Cinderella wave. Hopefully they can keep that going on tonight. We saw it start off well in the last game for Columbia Basin before they finally faded. But, it's all about still playing and still being in the winner's bracket. And right now, before this ball goes and gets tipped up, Yakima still has a chance.
So let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Yakima Valley Yaks in 11th season, it's Ray Funk is their head coach. Jeremy Gaudette out of Natchez, Washington, a 6'7" sophomore averaging 6.3 points per ball game. Demetrius Trammell out of LaGrange, Georgia, Troup County High School, a 6'2" sophomore averaging 17.1 points per ball game. Cameron Jensen out of Mesquite, Nevada, Virgin Valley High School, a 6'3" sophomore at 9.9 points per game. Tyler Clough out of West Valley of Yakima High School. Tyler Clough, a point guard of 5'10", averaging 8.8 points per ball game. And Max Jones, leading scorer for the Yaks at 18.1 points per ball game. Jones out of A.C. Davis High School in Yakima. So Gaudette and Trammell, Jensen, Clough, and Jones, the starters for Yakima Valley. For the Clark College Penguins, their head coach Alex Kirk, the South Division Coach of the Year, coming in at 22-7. They'll start Brian Berg out of Tigard, Oregon, Tigard High School, a 6'2" sophomore averaging 17.1 points per ball game. Darius Mathis out of Tucker High School in Atlanta, Georgia, 10.9 points per ball game. Glenn Barral out of West Wind Prep in Richmond, California at 11.8. Micah Paulson out of Union High School in Vancouver at 7.9 points per ball game. And Devin Hawkins out of Wesleyan High School in Wesleyan, Oregon at 7.8 points per ball game and 5.8 rebounds. So Berg and Mathis, Barral, Paulson, and Hawkins are the starters for the Clark College Penguins. And the starters are being introduced. So we will step aside and come back with the opening tip-off. You're watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
Sure, you'll be a nurse.
Sure, you'll teach design.
Sure, he'll go to college when penguins fly.
I'm a Clark College Penguin.
I'm a Clark College Penguin.
Watch me fly.
Watch me fly.
Watch me fly.
Are you ready to fly? Visit us at clark.edu/penguinsfly.
We welcome you back, and we're set to go. Of basketball action here at Everett Community College, and we're set to go. The officials tonight, Jeremy Matthew, Scott Rulon, and Morgan Witt will have the basketball. They'll be in control of this, assigned by the NWAC. And we're set to go. Clark coming out onto the floor in their white jerseys with blue numbers and trim. They'll be moving from our right to our left. And the grays will be Yakima Valley Yaks, moving from our left to our right. Jeremy Gaudet, the 6'7" sophomore. Brad Baxter, if he gets ahead of steam heading for the rack, get out. You better get out of the way.
I can only hope that he carries a train whistle with him at all times, and he's under legal obligation to blow that as he goes to the lane. But he's coming off a big performance, 19 points in their opening regional round win against the Edmonds Tritons.
So here we go. Yakima moving to our right in the gray uniforms with maroon or dark red numbers and gold trim. And they start possession here with Max Jones swinging it right side to Tyler Clough. And now here's a put back or a shot back up, no good by Max Jones. Misses the first shot of the ball game, and it'll be grabbed down by Clark College Penguins with the basketball moving to our left in the white jerseys. They'll swing it top of the key. Glenn Barral on the little weave here, taken by Mathis. He puts one up from about 16 feet, won't go. And the rebound collected there by Max Jones of Yakima Valley with authority. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Brian Berg of Clark. And it'll still be Yakima's basketball with 24 to shoot. Just underway, first half of action. The final quarterfinal game in the Elite Eight here at Everett Community College.
Is that like East-West Virginia? Quarterfinal?
The final quarterfinal. Dribbling it kind of into trouble there is Kyler Clough. They'll kick it back over, and then not expecting it was Max Jones. The ball's going to be flagged down after the bad pass. Brian Berg will bring it up for the Penguins. In the corner, open. Three won't go. Rattles off. Rebound grab. Cameron Jensen. Jensen will bring it out of, give it up and bring it out of backcourt as Clough, and then a three. Good. That's a big three from out of the left corner by Cameron Jensen. Buried that three ball, and the first lead of the game is on the board. Here's a shot answering with a three on the other end will be Glenn Barral. So Yakima Valley got the first lead of the game up by three, and then we're tied for the first time after Barral puts one up and in, and it's a 3-3 tie almost 2 minutes into the basketball game. The winner will play Whatcom. They beat Columbia Basin 64-57 in the lower bracket quarterfinal we just had. Ball knocked away, grabbed again by Clark. College with it, bringing it out. And the foul is going to be called as it went down low after the steal was Brian Berg out of Tigard, Oregon. And they're going to give him 2 shots. He kind of knew he got fouled, and so he just kind of flung it up at the rim thinking, I'm probably get 2 out of it, and he did.
Yeah, he was coming down the left side of the lane and drew the contact, and exactly as you said, kind of was back to the basket, but flopped it up there and sold it enough to get 2 shots out of it.
He could give Clark the first lead here in the early going. He does, our first lead change. 4-3 lead for the Penguins over the Yaks. Next one here for Berg. It is good. Berg an 85%er at the free throw line. 2-point lead for Clark at 5-3. Now the Yaks with it. Early, the three won't go. That was a miss by Trammell, and the rebound's going to be grabbed down. Little step through move. Ball won't go. Foul's going to be called. That step through by Trammell, and they're going to have another set of free throws here. Actually, it's going to be Darius Mathis. Got fouled on the way in.
Good job by Mathis to hang just long enough to draw the contact, because he went kind of deep and tried to roll up a floater, but hung in the air just long enough to draw the contact, get the foul called, and bailed himself out.
Trammell with his first personal foul and the second team foul. Free throw is good for Darius Mathis, and the lead is 4 points for Clark at 7-3. Max Jones brings it up for Yakima. Over the left-hand side they go. Now around to the right side, Trammell with it. Back out top to Jones. They work it down, 11 seconds to shoot. That's Tyler Clough. Clough cross court, 7 to shoot now. Way out top side, now dribbling through, and then they let him go through the defense. He missed it. The putback's going to be no good by Gaudette, and the rebound's going to be grabbed by Clark College. Couple of decent looks there for Yakima Valley. They came away with nothing. And here's a deep three that will not go. He admired it. Glenn Peral missed it. Wouldn't go, and the rebound controlled by Yakima Valley. That's Jones. He steps through and just like a slalom skier went around a half dozen defenders. That'd be tough when there's only 5 out there. How about 3 defenders and put it in? And pulls them to within 2. It's 7-5, the lead for Clark. Dribbling down to the baseline. Ball knocked away. As going to the floor was Mathis. Gaudette with the block, and Jones brings it out. In the corner they go. Open 3, but contested it right at the end. Rattles off, no good by Cameron Jensen. And out of backcourt comes Mathis. Goes in, loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by a Yakima Valley Yak. So it'll be still in the possession of Clark with 24 to shoot. 16-11 to play here into the first half.
Lots of intensity both ways here in this the opening minutes of this ball game. Both teams bringing a lot of energy.
They'll throw it in here. On top is Micah Paulson. Little nicely done. Oh, a nice pass and then ruined. He didn't get the assist. And a miss there by Berg and cleared out by Yakima Valley. Down by 2, 7-5, 15:55 to play here in the first half of action. Out between the circles is Tyler Clough. Goes right side to Trammell. Down the corner, Gaudette. He is hounded there defensively, and they're just going to take the ball away from him as Aubrey Stevens just picks it up and takes it. Dribbles it down. Out for a release and a 3 that rattles off, won't go. Bounces off, a miss by Paulson, and the reload here for Yakima. Coming down in amongst the trees. Ball's going to be swatted out of bounds by Devin Hawkins. And it's going to be still Yakima Valley basketball. Never touched the rim. 23 seconds to shoot. Baseline out of bounds. With 23 on the shot clock. Yakima Valley will throw it in. Looking down low. Now starting the dribble there is Clough. Goes to Jones here, near side. Back to Clough, 14 to shoot. They're still looking down low. Looking for a screen. Here's a pull-up jumper that will not go. That's a miss there by Tyler Clough. And the rebound controlled by Clark. Penguins out of backcourt, splitting the difference, going in, laying it up and in. Aubrey Stevens out of Madison High School in Portland, Oregon, lays it up and in. It opens up a 4-point lead for Clark at 9-5. Under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Max Jones changes direction. Now they go to the big guy, Marquise Clark. He'll kick it back out. 12 to shoot. Corner pocket won't go. A miss in the corner there by Cameron Jensen.
Max Jones with a nice pickup on the offensive board, sailing through there, though, to put it back up and in and pick up the 2 off the miss.
Yeah, look what I found, and he put it up and in and pulls them to within 2 points. Now Clark on the attack, moving to our left in the white jerseys. That's Aubrey Stevens. 14:05 to play, 8 to shoot in the first half. Down to 5 to shoot. Now here's a 3 that will go. Down it goes for Brian Berg. Averages 17.1 points per ball game. That 3 ball is in. Between the circles, Clark. Give it off to Jones, to Clough. To Clark again, turn around, 15-footer from the foul line, won't go. Devin Hawkins grabs the rebound. Kind of looked up floor for the outlet pass, decided against it. He gets it back. Now going to the baseline, but that little reverse lay-in won't go. It's a miss for Micah Paulson. And here comes Yakima Valley. Quick release for a three that won't go. Tap up will go. Up and in for Marquise Clark. After the miss by Trammell, Clark puts it up and in and makes it 12-9. Clark with the lead over Yakima Valley. 13-10 to play here in the first half. As they swing it down low. Backing in. Back out for a three. That one offline won't go. That miss there by David Bays out of Las Vegas. In the corner, Max Jones lost two defenders, puts it up, lays it up, misses it. Rebound, Aubrey Stevens. Stevens gives it up. Hawkins changes direction with a dribble. Back to Stevens again. Looking to get rid of it. 18 to shoot, 12:30 to play in the first half. Jumper from 17 won't go. It's a miss by Brian Berg. Got a long time without a whistle. Here's a spin, and there's our whistle. The under 10, or actually the under 15 immediate timeout. You're watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
Company retreat with Chief Football Officer Russell Wilson.
Guys, teamwork takes practice. And some days will be a little turbulent. But if we stay focused and show our customers that we care. Care. Now that's giving our best. Best.
Sir, for your safety, please remain seated.
Yes, ma'am.
Giving you our best never stops. Thank you for flying Alaska.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
20 seconds to go in the first half. Clark College with the 12-9 lead over Yakima Valley. Your kids are on the path to reaching their dreams. Why not join them? With more than 60 programs of study at Pierce College, there's a fit for you, your life, your schedule. Find your path at Pierce College today. Visit pierce.ctc.edu. It's possible. Pierce College. Glad you're with us here on this Friday night of men's basketball. Quarterfinal action, last quarterfinal of the day. Clark College and Yakima Valley Community College. Looking for the final trip into the semifinals, which will happen tomorrow night also here at Everett Community College. Women's tournament going on as well. All the games on STSPN, and we're going to have a foul called, an offensive foul whistled here. Offensive player control foul whistled against Clark College, and they're going to call this one on David Bays out of Las Vegas, his first personal foul, first team foul. And so with 12 minutes to go in the first half, it'll be Yakima Valley basketball.
Good call. There's Max Jones in set-up position on the right side of the lane, and Bays kind of drove in but dished it off, but continued through and plowed over Jones.
Trammell between the circles for Yakima. To Jones. Now to Clough. Backs away. Down to 7 to shoot. Whistle. Foul called. It's going to be on Darius Mathis out of Tucker High School in Atlanta, Georgia. First personal foul. Second team foul. So fresh 30 on the shot clock now for the Yaks.
Clark in a 2-3 zone, and they've been kind of giving fits to Yakima with their speed. They're so quick to get out on the ball that they caused a lot of those.
A lot of those, like what we call those turnovers going in. Stevens hammered to the ground. Lost his specs as well. Got hit so hard his glasses flew off. He's going to go to the free throw line, and he will be there, and they're going to – officials still looking to make sure who the foul is going to be called on. It's going to be on Demetrius Trammell, the 6'2 sophomore out of LaGrange, Georgia. Troup County High School is going to pick up his second personal foul, the third team foul. So free throw here for Aubrey Stevens out of Portland, Oregon. Came across the Columbia to go to Clark College. Misses the first free throw. Hawkins will check back in. And David Bays will head to the bench for Clark College.
Is there a Lewis College?
There's a Lewis Clark State.
Why does Lewis always get the short end of the stick? There's a Clark College, no Lewis College?
There might be.
Lewiston, I guess Lewis had the town named after him.
Well, so did Clarkston, though.
Oh, well. Sorry, Lewis.
Lewis?
I guess he got first billing. It's Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark. You never see the Clark and Lewis unless you're listening to an Alaska Airlines commercial from about 5-6 years ago. Now it's Russell Wilson, one of our sponsors. Here's a shot on the way that will not go for Jones. Put back, no, and a foul call. And that's going to send Devontae Luckett to the free throw line for Yakima Valley. And that's going to give us a foul here on Hawkins. Devin Hawkins out of Westland High School, Westland, Oregon, will pick up the foul. His first personal foul, third team foul. We're going to have a special guest coming up with Steve during the under 10 media timeout. Here's a spoiler alert. It has to do with Devin Hawkins, who just got the foul. We'll let you ponder on that. Next free throw good. 13-11 the score. Clark with a lead by 2. 10:55 to play, first half. Barral on the dribble. Now to Hawkins. He's going to play the weave. Now Stevens with it. Back over to the right side. Now starting in, going through 10 of the shot clock, and the ball's going to be knocked away. Stripped away from Wilson Alerte and picked up by Yakima Valley. Looking for the lead with a three that will not go. It's a miss there for Cameron Jensen. And then we've got bodies on the floor. They took out half a row of chairs down in front of us near the Subway Fresh Take Lounge. And what did we end up calling here?
Foul on 3 white.
Okay. They're going to whistle that one.
Darius Mathis kind of came through there, and I don't remember who the Yakima player was, but the Yakima player had gotten rid of the ball, and the ball was halfway across the court, and Mathis came there and plowed through the gray jersey, so they whistled him for the foul. They've put the seats back in a somewhat orderly row there in the front row.
So here's Yakima Valley with it. This is going to be the second personal foul on Mathis and the fourth team foul. Down low, laying up, good. They got it down low quickly inside to Marquise Clark for the bucket. And now it'll be Clark College with it, dribbling down low. Turn, spin, and a travel is going to be called. Traveling will be the call. And we will take a break and come back. We'll have a special guest. Our score, 13-13 with 9:54 to play here in the first half. This is the NWAC Community College Basketball Championship on STSPN.com.
I'm Chef Lombardi, and I teach at the Inland Northwest Culinary Academy here at Spokane Community College. Part of the competencies in our pastry arts and culinary program is service learning, where students actually go out in the community, share what they've learned. We're very proud of where our graduates are working. You'll find them in all aspects of the hospitality industry, locally and in the Pacific Northwest. You get to see them have success. I'm Chef Lombardi. This is my college and my community.
To play in the first half, a 13-13 tie. Steve Willits, good ball game. You got somebody watching this game.
We've got 2 people watching this ball game. It is Hersey Hawkins, for those of you who are longtime Sonics fans. Played in the NBA Finals for the Sonics. He and his wife Jennifer are here watching their youngest son Devin. Mom, I got to ask you first, what's more stressful, watching this guy play in the NBA Finals or watching one of your 3 kids play?
Definitely my boys, definitely.
Hersey, I've got to get your analysis on this game so far. How's Devin playing, and what do you think of the way Clark's playing?
Well, he's playing okay, good defensively. Hasn't taken any shots yet, so he has to get open and get some shots. But Clark's playing well. I'm surprised to see them come out in the zone, but they're active.
Now, Mom, you've watched all 3 of your sons. You've watched this guy. Whose game does Devin most resemble?
I think a combination, really, of all of them. He can shoot, but he's really good at defending the ball and rebounds. So Hersey was a great defender in high school, believe it or not.
Definitely. I got one more question, but I'll go back up to you guys for a moment.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, let's go right back to you. I want to know if Hersey can give us 10 minutes. Right down there.
If he can give you 10 minutes,
10 minutes on the floor.
Tom Lafferty's saying he can listen to you for 10 minutes, Hersey.
No, I want to see him play.
He wants you to play out there for 10 minutes. Do you have any eligibility left, or did you use it up at Bradley?
I used it all up at Bradley. Trust me, if he saw me out there for 2 minutes, then he would change his mind pretty quickly.
I got to ask you, what exactly are you doing these days? You're down in the Portland area? Your sons are down there? I know Corey played in Arizona for a while, right? Where's everybody at these days?
Well, Corey's in the D-League with the Idaho Stampede, and I'm in Portland with the Trailblazers. I've been with them for 7 years, so and just enjoying working for the Trailblazers and enjoying watching my boys grow up.
Absolutely. Mom, any predictions? Clark going to win this game tonight?
Absolutely. Go Clark Penguins!
There we go. We got a couple of Penguin fans down here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much, Steve Willits and Hersey Hawkins. Remember watching Hersey Hawkins play?
Oh, yeah. In fact, you can't see him because I'm way up here, but I do have my Sonic socks on with my Sean Kemp and Gary Payton skeletons because my Sonics are buried and rest in peace, and I miss them every day. But, yeah, Hawkins in the finals against the Bulls with all that's just bring me back. Bring me back. I'm going to have a shed a tear in my eye here pretty quick. We better change the subject.
You know what's funny? I didn't really miss the Sonics. Now I miss, with Steph Curry and the Warriors, you miss NBA basketball. You forget how cool it was.
You do. I was fortunate enough a couple years ago to be in San Antonio and picked up a Spurs game, and it was my first NBA game since the Sonics had left town. So it's a different breed of basketball for sure. I actually prefer college, but the NBA is still a missed thing in my mind.
So let's get back to action here. Actually, we haven't missed any scoring since we've been talking to Hersey Hawkins. It has been a defensive struggle, a 13-13 tie with 8:21 to play in the first half. Yakima Valley with the basketball. Yakima Valley is led by 3 in the ball game. Clark College has led by 4 in this ball game, and Yakima Valley will try and will get a 2-point lead here with Max Jones and about a 12-footer up and in, and that is our second lead change of this ball game. Yakima Valley back to the 2-point lead, and now it's going in, laying up. No, that's going to be a miss there by Micah Paulson, and the rebound's going to be finally grabbed by Yakima Valley. So the Yaks will bring it up. That's Max Jones out of West Valley of Yakima. Lost the handle on it. He was saved by his buddy there, Tyler Clough. Now they're going to go down low, double team there, trying to force it up. It won't go. It's going to be a miss there by Devontae Luckett. Also out of Yakima, A.C. Davis. And they're going to whistle a foul on Glenn Barral out of Westwind Prep in Richmond, California. His first personal foul, 5th team foul. And it'll be out of bounds at the baseline now for Yakima Valley. So baseline out of bounds for the Yaks, 7.5 minutes to play. Looking on the inbounds. Oh, they can't connect. They tried to Cameron Jensen, couldn't put it in, and cleared out by Clark. Clark College with it, down by 3, 15-13, 7:18 to play in the first half. Out on top is Brian Berg. Goes around the screen and then kicks it back out to Hawkins, and he rattles one home. That is Devin Hawkins, son of Hersey Hawkins, who we just talked to here on the air. It's a 16-15 lead for Clark College. So back to a Clark College lead. I thought it was a 2. No, they're going to give him a 3. Boy, it was right there. So give him a 3, and that's going to give Clark the lead at 16-15. No look pass, nicely done. Count the basket, and 1 coming up here. Let's go back. Talk about that pass by Tyler Clough.
Well, just a beautiful pass down low that time as he had his teammate Devontae Luckett cutting to the hoop. Clough hit him hard, hit him right in the hands. Luckett went up, laid it in. Foul whistled on Clark. I believe they're gonna get Paulson for that one. We're gonna have a timeout.
We will take a break with 6:45 to play here in the first half. It's Yakima 17, Clark 16. You're watching the NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com. welcome you back. And Steve Willits is back up here on the press deck with it. You lost the. I was going to go to you earlier with Hersey Hawkins. You lost the microphone.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that interview before the timeout started, and I had left it at the scores table and panicked and thought it was up here, so I ran up to find it. And
hey, that's Elvig's expensive gear. You got to
be. He was going to take it out of my paycheck. Fortunately, we found it.
So here we go, back to action, and a foul is going to be whistled here. And it's going to be a foul on Cameron Jensen, a 6'3 sophomore out of Mesquite, Nevada, Virgin Valley High School. His second personal foul, fourth team foul. Out of bounds, no shots. Near side, Devin Hawkins will throw it in. And Hersey Hawkins played for the Trailblazers too, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a pretty long career. I think he had a.
Did he go to Houston?
He went to several places.
Yeah. Now we're playing the.
It's convenient that the Jeopardy music is playing right now.
What are we waiting for? Am I missing something, or?
You're waiting for me to look up who Hersey Hawkins played for.
Oh, on your magic internet phone?
Philadelphia, Charlotte, Seattle, Chicago, and Charlotte.
Oh. So never did play for the Trailblazers, but he's working for the Blazers, living in West Lynn, Oregon, south of Portland, and a foul is going to be called here. Yakima Valley foul is going to be whistled on Chris Morsa out of Grants Pass, Oregon. He picks up his first personal foul and the fifth team foul.
You want me to run down his career highlights and awards?
Yeah, I would.
1991 NBA All-Star,
Okay.
NBA All-Rookie First Team, NBA Sportsmanship Award, AP Player of the Year, Oscar Robertson Trophy, Adolph Rupp Trophy, UPI Player of the Year, Sporting News Player of the Year, Consensus First Team All-American, two-time Mid-Valley Conference Player of the Year, number 33 retired by Bradley, 14,470 career points, and a bronze Olympian with the 1988 Seoul Summer Olympics.
You got something to add to that?
I was going to say I worked for the Sonics for over 20 years, and one thing that doesn't show up in the Wikipedia, probably one of the nicest men you'll ever meet in professional sports.
Seemed pretty cool watching the kids play. That's what we like. And we have a whistle.
And after all that, we still haven't missed any scoring.
No, we haven't. We've run down the career highlights of Hersey Hawkins. Now the officials are gathering at midcourt. Jeremy Matthews, Scott Rulon, Morgan Witt are the officials. And they're
reset the 30-second clock.
They reset the 30-second clock. And here we go. Out of bounds for Yakima Valley. Up by 1 over Clark, 17-16. Max Jones with the basketball. Between the circles now starts the dribble, and a two-hand touch will be called. They'll whistle this one on Clark College's Wilson Alerte out of Northeast High School in Fort Lauderdale. His first personal foul. 8th team foul, and free throws here. Max Jones goes to the line. Jones at 18.1 points per ball game. Second team North NWAC East Division. First free throw is good. 13th leading scorer in the league.
Coming off a 23.8 rebound, 5 assist, 4 block effort against Edmonds in the regional opener.
Next one, good. A 3-point lead now for Yakima Valley, equaling their biggest lead of the game, 19-16. It's been low scoring here in the lower part of the bracket in these quarterfinal games. That's Hawkins now down to the right baseline. The little pop-up from about 8 feet away for Brian Berg is good. And again, pulls Clark to within 1. Gaudette goes left side to Darnell Berry. Now to Jones. Tried the 3, won't go. Tapped out, kept alive. Kept alive by Clark, but grabbed by Yakima Valley with a 3 that's up and in for Chris Morsa. Morsa drains it and opens up now the biggest lead for Yakima. They're up by 4 points at 22-18. Now in the corner pocket, a 3 that will not go on the other side for Glenn Barral, and it's going to be cleared out by Yakima Valley. Pull up 3, won't go. That's a miss by Morsa. Tried to go to the well one too many times, and here comes Clark College. down by 4 points. 5:05 to play in the first half. The last chance into the semis for the winner of this ball game. And a hand check foul is going to be called there. It's going to be whistled on Darnell Berry out of Franklin High School in Seattle. Called for the hand check foul. And we're going to take a timeout. With 4 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the first half, it's Yakima Valley 22, Clark College 18. You're watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
Got it.
Pass the ball.
4 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the first half, and it's a 22-18 lead for Yakima Valley over Clark College. Big Bend Community College students had the highest student achievement points per student in the Washington State Community College system in 2014-15. Excellence in teaching and learning is the goal at Big Bend Community College. Find out more about their aviation program as well at bigbend.edu. Free throw, first one is good for Brian Berg of Clark out of Tigard High School in Tigard, Oregon. Averages 17.1 points per ball game during the regular season. Makes it 22-19 Yakima. On the way, good. 2-point lead for the Yaks. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half as Barry brings it out. Now to Gaudette. Nice pass by Gaudette, but it was going to be knocked away there. Affected on the...
Berg with some fast hands.
Yeah, here's a shot on the way, won't go. That was a miss there by Berg, and then we bring it down the other way for Luckett. Goes in and puts it up and in. Contested the whole way down there, but Devontae Luckett puts it in and makes it a 24-20 lead for Yakima Valley. 4:20 to play here in the first half. Open for a two. That's inside the line. That two ball up and in for David Bays out of Las Vegas. 24-22. Close ball game here at Everett tonight. Last chance spot into the semifinals. This runner won't go. That's a miss by Barry and a clear out by Yakima or by Clark College and Micah Paulson. Hawkins to Berg. Berg goes through a little bit out of whack as he went down there, and he got whacked as he went down there, and he'll go to the free throw line. Two shots coming up here for Brian Berg. He was a South Division MVP.
Well, when you shoot 46% from beyond the arc, 85% from the free throw line, you average 17.36. You have a high game of 39.
That's MVP material right there. First free throw is good. He's got 10 points tonight, and one more free throw here could tie the score at 24. Next one by Berg is good. 24-24 tie. Our second tie of the game. We've had 3 lead changes in the ball game. 3:40 to play in the first half. Max Jones will fade it away from 18, won't go. And they're going to call a foul clearing out after, and it's going to be on Gaudette. I'm guessing he gets a lot of fouls like that.
Yeah, he and Hawkins have been going at it down low, and that time he just had a little bit too much extracurricular activity, and I'm going to send Hawkins to the line for a 1-on-1 on the other end.
Devin Hawkins at the line now for Clark. Chance to give them back the lead.
You know, it's a pretty obvious foul when all three whistles blow at the same time, too.
And they all point at the same guy.
Usually a dead giveaway.
First free throw is good. Back to a 1-point lead for the Penguins out of Clark College. 22-7 coming in, the defending NWAC champion. And Hawkins, the 6'4" sophomore. (26-24), 2-point lead. 3:33 to play in the first half. Yakima Valley. Tyler Clough to Jones. Jones, I could say, he carried the basketball. I thought he traveled anyway, but he carried the basketball. Jones commits the turnover, and that turnover-wise is 9 on Yakima Valley. Only 3 on Clark College here in the first half, of which there's 3:20 remaining.
Yeah, Jones kind of got off to a hobbled start, that trip down the floor. He tripped over his own guy when he came out to get the pass, and then kind of took a little hop and then put the ball down or carried it over from his right hand a little bit too long in the air and picked up the whistle.
To the top of the key, here's Berg, dumps it over, wide open 3 on the way, that goes. Rattles it home, David Bays with a wide open 3 ball. And it's a 29-24 lead. Yakima Valley with their biggest lead of the, check it, Clark with their biggest lead of the game, up by 5. Down low, losing the handle, and then they never went out of bounds. Devontae Luckett couldn't handle it, grabbed by Berg. Back out at the top of the key, fade away from the foul line that will not go for Bays. The ball went out of bounds. Last touch there by Clark College player, so it'll be Yakima Valley basketball. 2:39 to play in the first half. Clark College with a 5-point lead over Yakima Valley.
I think we're going to see some first half numbers with some more dismal shooting percentages as both teams have had a lot of opportunity to put points on the board, and not until recently here has Clark really taken advantage down the last few trips down the floor.
16 to shoot, 2:22 to play in the first half. Now down to 10 to shoot now, Max Jones. Jones dribbles through, splits the defender and lays it up and in. Good body movement there by Max Jones. Had one defender in the way, so then he just split through the other one. Kind of ran through the alley between the houses to get in there and put it in. It's a 3-point lead for Clark. Now the Penguins with the basketball. Minute 55 to play in the first half. Well, the ball almost knocked away. Finally, who's got it? Remaining with the basketball, they're going to have a jump ball. They're going to say timeout. No, they're going to say timeout called here. As had the presence of mind to call his own timeout. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout on the floor. And remind you that Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. You belong at Centralia College. Visit centralia.edu for all the details. Last chance into the semifinals for these two teams. Earlier tonight, Whatcom beat Columbia Basin, final of 64-57. Earlier today in the men's quarterfinals in the upper part of the bracket, it was Spokane, the combined Spokane and community colleges. The Sasquatch beat the Chemeketa Storm 94-74, so Spokane will advance and they will take on Big Bend. The Vikings beat the Highline Thunderbirds 73-65 earlier in game number 2 of the men's tournament. Laying it up and in is Glenn Barral for the lay-in. The lead is back to 5 points for Clark at 31-26. Jones for Yakima. Swings it out. Kind of looking at the three there was Morsa, but Jones will cast off a three and it will not go. The rebound grabbed down by Stevens. Lost the handle on it, still rolling on the floor. Saved from going out of bounds by Berg. No-look pass, and the no-look pass hit Hawkins. He didn't know it was coming. It was a no-look. Trammell drains a 3-ball for Yakima Valley, and it's 31-29, a 2-point lead with under a minute now to play in the first half. Answering on the other end, it's up and it's good for Brian Berg.
Well, Yakima needed that 3 on the other end, but then they kind of failed to play defense when they came back down there to their own end of the defensive floor, and Berg with an easy bucket. We're going to have a foul a long ways away from the basketball on Berg, and that's going to send Jones to the line.
Yeah, Berg is going to pick up the foul. He can't believe it. That's going to be just his first personal foul, the 9th team foul, and Max Jones from A.C. Davis High School in Yakima will be at the free throw line. Second team NWAC East is Jones. He's got 10 points in the ball game, averaging 18.1, and he misses the free throw. And the rebound grabbed down by Clark's Glenn Barral, and here they come. 25 to shoot, 31 on the game clock. Berg will bring it up. They're slowing things down. Dribbling in, lost the defender and lays it up and in. Lost his defender, and then he says, well, I'll take it myself. And it gives Clark their biggest lead of the game, down to 12 seconds to play in the first half. Yakima kind of slow with it, bringing it up is Jones. Down to 5, down to 4. Puts it up, double pump, rattles off, no good. Barral grabs the rebound, 1 second to go. Length of the floor shot will not go, and we have reached halftime here with the Clark College Penguins leading the Yakima Valley Yaks by a score of 35-29. We're going to hear from Clark College coach Alex Kirk here with Steve Willits right now. Steve.
All right, thanks, Tom. With Alex Kirk. Coach, a very tightly contested game in the first half. You pulled away a little bit at the end. What's your assessment so far?
That was like a trip to the dentist's office. That was a lot of defense. I think both teams came out a little bit nervous. These are two good shooting teams, and neither team shot it well, so I think it would probably open up in the second half.
Anything you can say to your team at the half to make sure that maybe they come down a little bit on the nerves?
Play better.
There you go. It's that simple.
Yep, pretty much.
Good luck to you, Coach. And while we're at it, we're going to head on over to this Subway Lounge again. It's halftime. Let's see what's going on over here. The party gets bigger, Tom, every time I look at it. I think we came over here earlier. There were 2 or 3 people with us. Wow, the couch is full. The reclining couch that I was hoping to get a seat on, apparently the seats are all gone. Speaking of Clark College, Jason Smar, who played on Clark's championship team last year, who now plays at Shoreline, Jason's with us. Jason Smar, Shoreline Community College. What do you think of your old team here so far tonight?
They're coming out strong. My boys are holding on, and I need them to get another ring for me.
So another chance at a ring. You also got to partake in the festivities this week, playing in the All-Star game last night. What kind of a thrill was that for you?
That was a lot of fun, playing with the best guys around. Obviously, other guys made the tournament, but the guys that didn't, we went out there and had a blast, and it's just good to play with the guys that you played against.
I'm looking behind you here. It looks like you've made some new friends since I last saw you. We've got, what is this, Lane College right here? The Lane girls, who are in the semis tomorrow, a game that will be broadcasted right on STSPN against Wenatchee, right? Assistant Coach Justin, how do you like your chances tomorrow?
Hey, I mean, we've played them a couple times already this season, had some pretty good success, so we're hoping that continues to carry on.
Hey, ladies, a bigger thrill for you, winning the quarterfinal game yesterday or being able to sit on the Subway Lounge couch? She's speechless. She's not sure. Which do you prefer?
I didn't hear the question.
Would you rather win the quarterfinal basketball game or sit on the Subway Lounge couch?
Oh, I don't know.
They want to win the game, so we'll let them ponder that for a little while. Back up to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. Steve Willits down on the floor. We will take a break and come back. We'll look at the stats and the second half of action. Our score at the half, it's Clark College 35, Yakima Valley 29. You're watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
It's all around us. It's the ground upon which we stand. The well-worn paths. And the ones that haven't been forged. It's our history. And our what lies ahead. It's ours to nurture and to protect. we're a force for community and for country. We have the skills to define our future and our nation's future, to make a stand. For our way of life. And we will so promise back into the land of the free. Individually, we're trailblazers. Pioneers, preservationists. United, we are the keepers of the dream. And we are on guard.
It's true. Halftime here at the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. Clark College with a 35-29 lead over Yakima Valley with a last chance trip into the semifinals. Steve Willits is on the floor with the coach of the Yaks, Ray Funk. Steve. We're not hearing you, Steve. Your microphone is not on, so we're going to have you give that another try here. And
can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you.
Yeah, with Coach Ray Funk right now. Coach, relatively close game in the first half. Looking at all the stats, fairly even. The only thing that's different right now is the scoreboard. What'd you tell the guys?
Well, we didn't shoot the ball very well. It's one of our poorest shooting halves since maybe early February. So if we get better player movement, better ball movement, I have confidence these guys will step up, hit some shots, and get us into a rhythm.
It's a Clark team that likes to put up a lot of points. You held them to 35 in the first half. Happy with the defense?
Defense was an emphasis all week, and we've done a decent job so far, but they've done a good job at defense too because we only have 29 points. So one of these teams is going to hit some shots, and the other one's going to be in trouble. So we're hoping it's the good guys on this side.
Well, good luck to you, Coach, in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Steve. Brad Baxter, you've got the blue paper in your hand. That means it's stat time.
Let's take a look at the numbers, first of all, for those Yakima Valley Yaks. As a team, 11 of 32, 34% from the field. Three-point shooting, 3 of 12 for just 25% from the free throw line. They were good on 4 of 6 attempts for 66%. Individually, the 10 points and 5 rebounds led them. Max Jones had those numbers. He put them up. They turned the ball over 10 times in the first half and collected 21 rebounds. On the other side, the Clark Penguins shooting 10 of 25, 40% from the field, 4 of 10 for 40% from beyond the three-point arc, and 11 of 12. The difference in the ballgame is 7 points, or 6 points. The difference in the free throw line is 7 points. 11-12 for 91.7% from the Clark Penguins. The 15 points of Brian Berg leads them there. Devin Hawkins with 7 total rebounds. He leads them there.
Spokane, Big Bend, and Whatcom have punched their ticket into the semifinals. Who will come out of this game? Here we go. Second half underway. And Clark College moving to our right in the white uniforms. Dark blue numbers and trim have it. And going in, little double pump, going to the floor, but nothing coming out from Darius Mathis, but then grabbed and put back up and in by Glenn Barral, the 6'4 sophomore out of West Wind Prep in Richmond, California. Puts it up and in and makes it now the biggest lead of the game for Clark College, up by 8 points. Now Yakima Valley in their gray uniforms. Dark red or maroon numbers, gold trim, moving to our left, and a fadeaway jumper that rattles and goes for Cameron Jensen out of Mesquite, Nevada, Virgin Valley High School. 37-31 the lead for Clark.
Yakima, just like Coach Funk said, needs to get some players going. Max Jones has done a lot of the work by himself, but he needs some help.
He's doing all the heavy lifting. We see Gaudet is not in the starting lineup in the second half. Marquise Clark is. Here's a cast that will not go. A miss by Barral, and it's going to be grabbed down by Clough for Yakima Valley. They look to the corner, thinking better of it. Little step-through move here for Cameron Jensen. Back out to the top of the key. Clough, 17 to shoot.
Clark back in the 2-3 zone.
Clark out for Jones. 3 ball offline, won't go. Offside board taken down by Brian Berg of the Penguins. Clark College, the defending NWAC champion from a year ago, going in. Dribble drive, won't go. Foul call. As going to the floor was Brian Berg. Going to the free throw line will be Brian Berg. Picking up the foul is going to be Cameron Jensen, his 3rd personal foul and the first team foul. And Brian Berg at the free throw line, 85% free throw shooter, MVP of the South Division in the NWAC, the Northwest Athletic Conference. And we're going to give a warning of some description.
And bench warning to somebody in the...
Maybe somebody said...
Maybe it was somebody in the crowd.
So free throw here for Berg out of Tigard High School in Tigard, Oregon. I didn't say a word, Brad. I promise. First one no good for Berg. One more coming up here. 37-31 the lead for Clark. Next. Good.
Yakima not real happy with the foul call. I think that was kind of where it stemmed, but I really didn't see anybody on their bench jawing.
No. So we shall see if something comes of that. 38-31.
I'm not sure the official did either. I think that's why he just kind of ambiguously pointed in a general direction and said warning.
Here's a bad pass picked off by Baral. Feeds it forward. Will he get the basket? He will. Well, you'd rather be lucky than good. In that case, they were both lucky and good, and they got the bucket, and opens up a 9-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Clark College. The Penguins are the defending champions, and that time they get a steal by Darius Mathis, but the ball goes out of bounds. But it was last touch there by Yakima Valley. And now they're still talking over there. Yeah, Ray Funk, I think, is just saying it was somebody in the crowd. It was nobody on our bench that said a word. They're too busy doing rhythmic clapping. So Clark with it. Here we go. That's a slam dunk by Brian Berg, and that will bring the head coach, Ray Funk, off the Yakima Valley bench, and that's the biggest lead at 11 points, and we step aside with 17 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the basketball game. Clark with 11-point lead over Yakima. This is the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
My counselor, she helped me plan out an entire educational plan, actually showed me more classes that I could take here at CBC to save me money instead of taking them at a larger university. Here with high school students too, so you're not only getting part of that high school experience, but you're going further and beyond that and getting a college experience, which is really cool and fun, and you're gonna expand your horizons.
We welcome you back. As we mentioned, the final chance to get into the semifinals between these two teams. The women's semifinals are already set up for tomorrow. We'll be here for the game between Peninsula and Lower Columbia. That's a 2 o'clock game here at Everett Community College. Peninsula Pirates at 24-5, Lower Columbia Red Devils at 23-9. And then the 4 o'clock game in the semis for the women, the Wenatchee Valley Knights at 26-5, and the Lane Titans out of Eugene, Oregon. Lane County, 30-1. I think maybe they're the prohibitive favorite to win the whole thing. 30-1 on the year.
Only takes one loss though, and you're not playing anymore. So
consolation games going on tomorrow as well at 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. for the women. The men's consolation games will happen as well on Sunday. We've had other games too. So all day, usually about 6 games a day here at Everett Community College. Here's a shot. That's a 3-ball up and in by Demetrius Trammell of Yakima Valley. They needed that one.
Yeah, it came just at the right time to stem a little bit of a Clark run. We're going to have an offensive foul on Mathis. He's going to go the other way.
You got to put up the elbow and kind of cleared out a little space for himself, and that'll turn the ball over. And for Mathis, that's his 3rd personal foul. And the first team foul of the second half, all even up at 1 team foul each. 17:01 to play in the game. The lead is 42-35. 8-point lead for Clark. Now Yakima Valley moving to our left in the gray uniforms. Tyler Clough looking for Clark. Ball knocked away from him. Little stutter step move. Lost the handle. Puts it up with a hook. It's good. And then just for good measure, turns around and Glenn Baral was in his face, so he kind of gave him a elbow to the chops.
That's a fine how do you do.
Here's Baral. Will he take it right to him? And step through. Won't go. Ball goes out of bounds. As you can say, last touch by Baral. And he kind of didn't really want to, but handed the ball to the official. So it goes back the other way. Yakima Valley basketball down by 6. It was 12 points a little while ago. And Baral, Alex Kirk will take him to the bench. And Hawkins is back in, Devin Hawkins. Clough for the Yaks. Now to Clark again. Worked the first time. What'll happen this time? No, it's too hard. This time it's going to be grabbed by Berg. Brings it out of backcourt. Affected on the dribble. Max Jones is going to tie him up. Tied up on the floor. Possession arrow goes the other way. It's Yakima Valley basketball. So Yakima Valley down by 6. 16:07 to play in the game. Jerry Matthews, Scott Rulon, and Morgan Witt, the officials. Clough calls the play with his left hand on the right-handed dribble. Turnaround, jumper, 3, bang! It goes for Demetrius Trammell. So what was a 12-point lead is now a 3-point lead for Clark. They've gone dry, and Trammell's buried a couple of 3 balls. Back out, Hawkins. That 3, deep down, it won't go. Rebound, grabbed by Yakima Valley. Cameron Jensen to Clough, looking for Clark. Saved from going out of bounds, and grabbed there. Looked like a double dribble as he bounced it once, and then coming away without the basketball there. As he came into front court, and Aubrey Stevens left the ball on the floor to Clark. Down low, knocked away, grabbed by Hawkins. Knocked away from behind by David Bays. So here's Clark up by 3. It was 12 just a little while ago. It was 6 at the half. Stevens, 13 to shoot. Top again to Paulson, 8 to shoot. Paulson fades away and fires, and it won't go. Kind of off-balance, weird-looking shots for Clark the last couple of times down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole either way, really, for the last 2 or 3 minutes. It hasn't been exactly stellar basketball. It's been a little bit sloppy.
Jones directing traffic. Clough between the circles. To Jones in front of the Yakima Valley bench on the far side. Another one. That one will go. Settles and goes. Demetrius Trammell feeds to the guy that's hot, and we are tied at 42-42 with a timeout on the floor. We step aside. This will be the media timeout under 15. It's Clark 42, Yakima 42. You're watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a guard engineer.
You to play with her.
Got it.
Pass the ball. Right here.
14-18 to play in the game, and it's a brand new ball game, 42-42, and Brad Baxter, a good ball game is broken out here.
Yeah, Yakima, three big threes here in the half by Demetrius Trammell has them right back in this contest. They've scored. Funk talked about them getting on a roll here in the second half, and they've done just that. They've only missed 2 shots here in the second half, so they're taking advantage of the opportunities they're getting when they get opportunities. They still have a few turnovers here in the second half, and they got to take care of those. But if they can keep scoring points, they're going to have a shot at this one.
As Clark now will play the weave a little bit, Baral out on top. Goes left side to Bays, now in the corner. Paulson, no look pass down low, but closed off there was Mathis, 10 to shoot. And Mathis will head back out to the top. Down to 5 to shoot now. Dribbles in, swatted, and a foul is going to be called. They're going to call the block. I think they're going to get Max Jones.
I don't agree with that
No,
one
it's
at
gonna be
all.
Clough.
There was a lot of time that he was sitting there. They will get Clough with that one, but I thought he had really good position there.
And he wasn't in the restricted area either.
No, he was outside the restricted area.
So free throw here for Darius Mathis for Clark. Yakima led by 4 in the first half. And Clark is led by as much as 12. Right now it's 42-42. It's still 42-42 with a miss by Darius Mathis, a 61% free throw shooter. Defensive Player of the Year in the South Division of the NWAC. First team South Division player is Mathis. Next free throw is good. Averages almost 11 points per ball game. Clark with a 1-point lead, 43-42. Full court pressure. Trammell. Finally, they put somebody in his face because he's been just burying the 3 balls right and left. Mostly left. Clough down to 10 to shoot. Trammell again. Gaudette's back in there. 5 to shoot. They're way outside. 4, 3, 2. Here it comes. That's a 3. Won't go this time. Had to force that one up. Not out of a little bit out of rhythm there. And Barral grabs the rebound. And up the floor comes Mathis. Spins it back out for Berg. The big guy, Gaudette, got in his way, and the ball's going to be picked up and then kicked. It was grabbed by Trammell, but never really got a handle on it. Then it was kicked into backcourt, so Clark will get it down to 7 to shoot. Dribbling in, laying up, good! It was very quickly down there, and then going down to go to steal. Yes, it will be a steal as Mathis got the bucket on the other end. The ball was safe from going out of bounds there. Barral, and then Mathis has it again. Will he try the same thing? No. Tries a bad hook pass. And Paulson looks at him and says, why on earth were you throwing that backwards to me?
And it just went right through his hands and right out of bounds, and he's still talking about it. And couldn't get his hands up quick enough. But back to the other end, Yakima with another wasted turnover. Just got to take care of the basketball and get a good look at the hoop.
12:25 to play in the game. Clough between the circles for the Yaks. Now Trammell. Back to Clough again. He'll dribble into the paint, give it off to Gaudette. Misses the lay-in, no good. And the rebound's going to be grabbed by David Bays for Clark. Leading by 3, 45-42. Berg has the basketball. Starts to back in way out at the top, just trying to keep the ball away. In the corner they go, another high pass. Paulson says, what am I, 8'12"? Back out, turn around, 7 seconds to shoot now. Underneath they go. One too many passes maybe. Ball. No, foul? Are they going to call a foul here? I think so.
They're going to get a foul on Paulson that time as he reached through there. As that was a loose ball, it probably would have been a shot clock violation regardless of what happened there. But we have a timeout on the floor.
Timeout called. We'll step aside. 11 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the game. It's Clark 45, Yakima 42. Back with more from Everett Community College right after this timeout. Minutes and 45 seconds to play. Yakima Valley down by 3. They have the rock moving to our left. Tyler Clough goes around a screen set by Jones. Now holds the ball over his head, looking to pass it off. Gaudette. Back to Clough again. 9 to shoot. In the corner, 3 ball on the way. Won't go. A miss by Cameron Jensen. Almost grabbed there, but Clark will take the basketball. Brian Berg. Yeah, that's a travel. Step through move. David Bays drags the pivot foot, commits the turnover. That's going to be for Clark College their 7th turnover compared to 14 for Yakima Valley. Hawkins will come back in, and Bays will go to the bench. commit the turnover and head to the pine. Kind of an unforced error, too.
Yeah, he had plenty of time there, just got a little antsy to drive to the hole.
Here's a shot on the way, won't go for Jones. Ball goes out of bounds, and Jones was the last to touch it on the release, and so it'll be out of bounds for Lane. Excuse me, for Clark College. And Clark will bring it up. 10 minutes, 50 seconds to play. Close ball game, a 3-point lead for Clark. Berg and Barral. Now to Hawkins, splits the defense. Hawkins power move to the rack, fouled. Now Cameron Jensen's upset, but I think maybe it's going to be Max Jones. No, it's going to be Jensen. It'll be Cameron Jensen. That's the reason he's upset. That's his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, I could have seen him giving that to Jones, but I think Jensen had a lot of ball on that one again. That's the second one in a row that he's got. And actually the officials are going to talk that over. I thought Jensen had it clean. Max Jones was the one that came through with the arm.
They're going to change it. Wow. Instead of 5, it's 2 plus 3, which is 5. So Max Jones picks up the foul. That's his 3rd.
I'd rather have 2 players with 3rd than.
Oh, excuse me. That's okay. It's his 1st. Max Jones with his 1st. They haven't changed it on the board yet. So
that's even better to have one with 3 and one with 1 than
that's right.
One with 4 and one with none.
Well, you were right on that one.
For a change.
Yeah, for a change. The officials overriding each other. You'll see that more in college, where they'll huddle up. Of course, when you get into the Division I, you go to the monitor, which means that you usually head for either the restroom or the sandwich. Get another pop out of the fridge. Free throw, no, for Hawkins. 46-42, a 4-point lead for Clark College. Made the first one, missed the second. Clough with it for Yakima Valley. No sense of urgency yet for Yakima Valley. Now they'll try to put on a little bit of step on the gas a little bit, and they will step on the gas and run it right into a tree because they will get a turnover. And it'll be Clark basketball. Brian Berg with it, dribbles through the defense and lays it up and in. Nobody stepped in front of him. He says, fine with me. I'll take it to the rack, and he does, and it's a 6-point lead again for Clark. They've led by as much as 12 in the ball game. The defending NWAC champion. Corner pocket, 3. The travel won't go. He was hot from there early on in this half. Not so much right now as he misses that one, misses his last 2. And it'll be Berg with the basketball for Clark College with 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Hawkins back to the basket. Now he turns. Back to Berg. Dribbling in there, laying up, no good. Went to the deck. Missing was Aubrey Stevens. And coming down with it, off balance, and they're going to say a foul will be called. Devontae Luckett went in, a little off balance. And Luckett will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Luckett knew he had no shot at actually making that hoop. You got Hawkins between him and the hoop, and Luckett with a good job, aggressive move to the hoop, and got the foul called on Hawkins.
And we'll take a break with 9 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the game. 48-42, Clark leading Yakima, the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament. It's live tonight on STSPN.com.
Company Retreat with Chief Football Officer Russell Wilson.
Some of you may be wondering why we're wood carving.
What are we learning from this?
Details. Small details. Like this right here. Not bad. Now Captain Bob knows about the details. Style, comfort,
And power.
power.
Yep. It's for you.
Giving you our best never stops. Thank you for flying Alaska.
Well, it's Everett Community College trivia time. Why do some of the region's best athletes choose Everett Community College every year? Here's the answer. Look around you. They get to use this gym. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. Do you have any eligibility left?
Technically, yeah, I suppose I do. Not sure how they would. Not sure how they would use it because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be on the basketball floor.
Yeah, the mind is willing, but the body is weak.
Yes, the body gave up a long time ago.
Free throw here for Devontae Luckett out of Davis High School in Yakima. Luckett averages 7.7 points per ball game. 2 years ago, he played at Green River Community College. First free throw is good. 48-43. Clark with a 5-point lead. 9:17 to go. That one won't. And the rebound grabbed by Glenn Barral, the 6'4 sophomore for Clark. Penguins with it. With the lead, they can afford to take a little time off. 15 to shoot now. Berg to Hawkins to Barral. He gets a screen set by Hawkins. They go to the corner. Dribbling through, nicely done. He stepped through, and Darius Mathis lays it up and puts it in and opens up a 7-point lead for the Penguins out of Clark. Clough and Jones.
Clark on a 7-1 run since being tied at 42 all. Or 8-1 run.
Dribble drive, Jones in the corner they go. Left side, Jensen. Back out for a 2. That'll be a 2 from Demetrius Trammell. Puts it up and in, and it opens up actually closes it now to a 5-point lead, 50-45. Stevens thinks better of going down low. Kick it back out on top. Now to Berg. Barral, he will go down, and he will get fouled on the way down there. Kind of the worst for wear on that one was Tyler Clough.
Offensive.
Oh. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, Clough came over there. He had pretty good position, but he got there a little bit late and maybe in a makeup for the last time they, not that they would ever say that that's a makeup call, but
I always do makeup call.
It's always good to see the close ones go either way on both sides.
So now Yakima Valley with it. Here's a deep 3 that goes. Steph Curry steps up, and Demetrius Trammell buries that 3 from about 26 feet away. And it's 50-48. So what was a 12-point lead for Clark is now 2. 50-48. 7:35 to play. Aubrey Stevens with the basketball. Barral backing in. Uses his body, turns and puts it up, and he misses. No good. Rebound grabbed by Jensen. Here comes Yakima Valley, a chance to tie. A 3 gives them the lead. Jones, though, kicks the basketball, and then the tackle was made. It's 1st and 10 Clark. They'll be at the 35-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a flashback to football. There's a rolling around on the ground.
Jones lost the handle that time and went right into Paulson's hands, or between his legs, and Jones couldn't stop himself, and he also went right into Paulson. So Jones will pick up the foul, his second, team's 4th.
And out of bounds now for Clark College, leading by 2. Oh, Stevens had it. Little inattention to detail there. Almost lost the handle on it. And Clark still retains possession. Berg with it. Brian Berg. And a foul is going to be called. They got him out topside, I think. They're going to say before the shot, I'm guessing. And they'll whistle this one on Devontae Luckett.
Little reach foul as Berg was kind of coming around the top of the key, and Luckett stuck his arm out and made some contact.
And picks up his first personal foul and the 5th team foul. So out of bounds here. Fresh 30 on the shot clock with 7 minutes to play in the game. Berg. Boy, suddenly out there was Jones right in his grill. And Berg quickly got rid of the basketball, gets it back, tried to dump it off to Hawkins. Probably should have taken it himself, and then Hawkins couldn't handle it. Jones brings it up, ball knocked away. Nicely done. Chris Morsa will get, it'll be Darius Mathis, the quick hands. And here comes Clark again, leading by 2. Berg had to have been fouled. And they're going to get Cameron Jensen with the foul, his fourth personal. Couple of shots here for Brian Berg out of Tigard High School. And he'll get first free throw is good. He doesn't miss much. 85% are at the line. He's got 21 points in the ball game. Averages a little over 17 during the regular season. Spin of the basketball, and the ball is going to be airborne here for Berg. 22 points in the game with 5:32 to go. And the lead is 52-48 for Clark.
Berg's 9 for 10 from the free throw line.
Tyler Clough out of West Valley High School in Yakima brings it into front court. Now to Max Jones. Jones at the left wing changes direction and leaves the basketball behind for Glenn Barral, who says, thanks, I'll take it. And Berg will bring it up. Coming up in 5 minutes to play in the game. Shot on the way, that three won't go for Berg, but the rebound grabbed down by Mathis. He'll dribble out of trouble, and they'll reset the 30 and take some time off the clock at the 5:50 mark to play in the game. Stevens, Barral goes in with the elbow. Back out between the circles they go. Now give it to Berg, goes in. He gets hammered to the ground. Hammered, he goes down hard. Immediately down on the ground with him was Devontae Luckett. He turned right around and said, are you okay? Little sportsmanship there. And he's going to kind of wiggle the ache out of that right wrist, which is wrapped. And Berg will get a couple of more free throws.
Luckett's not wiggling the ache out of his right wrist, so
no.
He's still holding it.
And they're wiping up the sweat on the floor there. 5:40 to play in regulation time. It's a 4-point lead for Clark, 52-48. Brian Berg at the free throw line for the Penguins. Not clean, but good. 53-48. Stevens goes to the bench. Back in for him is Micah Paulson. He communicates there with Brian Berg, says, I'm going to take that guy. Okay. I'll be here shooting free throws. Next one on the way, and it is good. 54-48, 6-point lead for Clark, the defending NWAC champion. Marquise Clark in the corner. Back out it goes to Trammell. Somebody's on him now because he's been fairly hot. Here's this nice step-through move. Nicely done there for Darnell Berry out of Franklin High School. Lays it up and in after the step-through, and it's 54-50. Clark by 4. Berg comes into front court. Now he just elevates and casts off a three that will not go, and the rebound taken down by Luckett. Almost lost the handle on it. It's right in his face. Coming up the floor was David Bays. Clough. That one won't go for Trammell. Marquise Clark kicked it off his knee and out of bounds, so it'll be Clark basketball. We'll step aside with 4 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the basketball game. Clark 54, Yakima 50. This is the STSPN.com coverage of the NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
All already talking about who might be our player of the game coming up at the end of the regulation time. But, Brad, there's still a lot of time left with just under 5 minutes to go. And it's only a 4-point lead for Clark.
Yeah, it's been a weird game. I mean, you think that the way Clark played early that they would have had a huge lead, but Yakima held in there and down by 6 at half, and then kind of fought back, and then went down big in the second half, down by 12, and Yakima fought back to a tie, and then went back down by 7, and clawed it back to 2. Now Clark's sitting here with a 4-point lead with 5 minutes to go. These two teams are very equal on the energy level, but I think Clark has a little bit more in the gas tank right now, but they're just not putting Yakima away, and that's a scary thing when you're on paper the better team. When you let the other guy hang around, and then they come up with a couple of big shots and can make a play here late. That's if you're Clark, you're really trying to put these guys away right now.
Down low they go, reverse lay-in no good, and that'll be free throws coming up here for Glenn Barral. Clark beat the Tacoma Titans in the opening round game at Clark College 92-72 last Saturday. Yakima Valley, meanwhile, beat Edmonds 94-89 in the opening round to head to the final 8 here at Everett Community College. First free throw is good for Glenn Barral. The foul had been called on Maurice Clark. That's his first personal foul. 8th team foul. 56-50, the free throw is good. So hit them both. Went from a 4-point to a 6-point lead now with 4.5 to play.
You gotta be careful if you're Yakima right now. You don't want to start forcing things that you don't need to. There's still a lot of basketball to be left, and you don't need to start forcing shots like that one.
Like that one won't go, although Trammell's been pretty hot from outside, but that one was pretty short and offline. And it will be right back to Clark College leading by 6. And that's Berg going in, fouled on the way in. He will go to the free throw line. I think he's going to be at the free throw line a lot for Clark College. You ready for this little known fact about Clark College? Their women's coach, Al Aldridge. Al Aldridge is the women's coach at Clark College. He was 32 years at Prairie High School, 6 state championships. The Prairie Falcons, always good in high school. And he was a band director as well. 32 years as the band director at Prairie High School.
You want to know another little known fact about Clark College?
Yes.
There's no Lewis College.
There isn't?
No. I'm just still bitter. I just want Lewis to get his just due. It's an equal partnership. They both made the hike.
They did. Were they with Sacagawea or
Yes.
Hiawatha?
Sacagawea.
From the land of sky blue waters. 58-50. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the game. Clough. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of urgency. Only by Trammell. Then he lost the handle on it right there. And Clark says, fine, we'll take it. Marquise Clark coming up. He gets a forearm. He gets Heisman right there by Brian Berg. Berg again. No, Paulson again. Goes through. Boy, it looked like he traveled, but he was just being pushed around. Misses the lay-in. No good. Luckett grabs the rebound for Yakima Valley. Down by 8 points. 3.5 to play. Darnell Berry dribbles along the baseline. Leaves it for a 3. That's good for Demetrius Trammell. He's got a handful of 3 balls that have gone in. Pat Castro's trying to add up the scoring for him. He's 6 of 11 from three-point line. 58-53, 5-point lead for Yakima Valley. Inside 3 minutes now to play in the game. Elevating for a 3 that will not go. A miss by Darius Mathis. Rebound controlled by Yakima. Now some urgency. Here we go. Clough brings it up. Almost lost the handle on it. Looking right, they're just staring at Trammell to see if he can put another 3 in. He won't that time. And Paulson grabs the rebound for Clark College. 2:33 to play.
And Clark's still in their 2-3 zone, but they've got one defender that's a little bit closer to Trammell than anybody else.
Dribbling in is Mathis. Micah Paulson out of Union High School in Vancouver. Ball knocked away. Last touch by Devontae Luckett. 9 seconds to shoot.
The shooters are going to come back in for Yakima. Jones comes back in along with Cameron Jensen.
So out of bounds for Clark at the side in front of the Clark bench. Hawkins will throw it in. Saved? No. Out of bounds? Yes. We're going the other way. It's Yakima Valley basketball. Couldn't save it. And so it will be out of bounds for Yakima, down by 5. 2:12 to play. Still anybody's ball game. Clark's the defending champion in the NWAC. Yakima Valley at 16-13 as they came into the tournament. 9-5 in division play, and now we're going to have a foul call. That's going to be called as down on the floor was Demetrius Trammell, but I think they're going to get Devontae Luckett for the foul. They will. They'll call it for a blocking foul. He and Darius Mathis have been kind of mixing it up here the last couple times up and down the floor.
And Trammell comes over to the ref like, what about me? I was just tossed like a rag doll into the corner.
So here we go. Clark College basketball leading by 5. Now inside 2 minutes to play in the game. They'll take some time. Mathis with it. Gave up the dribble. Goes left side. David Bays looking for Berg. Bays will pull up and put up a 16-footer that won't go. Clough brings it out of backcourt. Probably not the shot they wanted that early in the shot clock. Clough. Now Jones up fakes. Starts the dribble. And he's going to get a foul out on top.
Clark with fouls to give, as that's just their 15th foul, so they got a couple more to give, one more to give.
Devin Hawkins with the foul, his 3rd personal foul, and the 5th team foul. Minute 30 to play, fresh 30 on the shot clock, but Yakima Valley down by 5. Inbounds, Clough. Still on the dribble. Now he will cast and rims off, no good. And high in the air, grabbing another rebound is Glenn Barral. And a foul in backcourt. We're going to go to the other end for free throws with now a minute 19 to play. The last chance into the semifinals, which will be played tomorrow night here at Everett Community College. So at the free throw line here is Glenn Barral. First free throw, yes. Kind of rattled around and then dropped through. The 6-point lead for Clark College, a minute 19 to go. Tick, 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 tick if you're Yakima Valley. A few wasted opportunities that they haven't been able to capitalize here. 60-53. Now they're going to need to put something up pretty quickly as we're coming up on a minute to play. Max Jones stepped through in traffic, foul called. He went airborne. I'm not sure if he knew what he was going to do with the basketball once he was airborne. But he shot it.
Yeah, I think he was actually hoping somebody got open there and for a pass as he got a little bit bailed out there by Hawkins, who picks up his 4th foul. But Max Jones will go to the line now, down by 7. Clock stopped. You got to score these.
Free throw for Jones goes. Alex Kirk. No, does not go. Ribs off. I was looking at the fact that Alex Kirk, before he's in his 4th year at Clark College, he was head coach at Kingsway Christian before that. Next free throw, good. So Jones hits 1. The lead is 6. 1:09 to play. Full court pressure. And a foul. Max Jones, I think, is going to get it. He is. Jones picks up the foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. 10th team foul, so double bonus now the rest of the half, of which there's a minute 6 remaining. Double bonus here for Glenn Barral at the free throw line. The 6'4 sophomore, 52%er at the stripe. Alex Kirk having a chat with the rest of his team while his free throw shooter, Barral, hits the first and opens up a 7-point lead. It's 14 points for Glenn Barral.
I'm sure somewhere out of Coach's mouth was do not foul.
Do not foul. Don't let him score with a clock stop. Next free throw, good. The lead is 8. let the ball roll to get it in bounds. Trammell was going to try to force a pass in the corner, and it's going to be just stripped away and grabbed by Clark College. Down to 56 seconds to go. And Berg will bring it up. Now to Hawkins. Hawkins will get fouled. As Alex Kirk was just saying, just hold on to the basketball. They'll come up and they'll meet you. They'll foul you. And now Devin Hawkins will go to the free throw line. We talked to his dad in the first half. Steve Willits will have our player of the game coming up as soon as we are done here. Down on the floor. Hawkins, free throw, good. You didn't look up what Hersey Hawkins' job was at.
I did not.
Must be director of something or other operations for the Portland Trail Blazers. Next free throw is good. Lead is now 10 points again, 64-54, so this looks like the defending NWAC champions will go into the semifinals. Clough took it almost all the way to the hoop and then decided to pass it off rather than just lay it in. And the ball went out of bounds, last touch by Clark, so it'll still be in the possession of Yakima Valley with 42.7 seconds to go. Clough. Cross court, three ball goes for Devontae Luckett for Yakima Valley. 37 seconds to go. Looked like a travel no call. Triple teamed underneath there is Micah Paulson, and he's going to go to the free throw line on the other end of the floor. The lead is 7, 64-57. 33.7 to go. That's going to be the 5th personal foul called here on Cameron Jensen, and he will take a seat with 5 personals. Jensen to the bench, and checking in for him will be Darnell Berry. And free throw here for Micah Paulson out of Union High School in Vancouver. 78% are at the free throw line. And the first one for Berg is good. Not good. Paulson. If it had been Berg, it would have been good. Paulson, he missed.
Well, Berg's been there so many times in this half. It's a natural assumption to make that he's the one shooting them.
Missed the first, made the second. The lead is 8, 65-57. That three won't go. Clark with the rebound. Are they going to foul again? Well, not so far. Baral with it. Now down to 15 seconds to go, and that will just about be that. They'll still double team Baral out there. And they're going to call a foul.
Timeout.
Oh, timeout. Timeout called here by Clark College. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. So tomorrow night, the men's semifinals are just about all complete for who will still have a chance to win the NWAC championship. Spokane and Big Bend will play at 6 o'clock. And then it will be the Whatcom Orcas taking on the Clark College Penguins in the second semifinal tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here at Everett Community College. The women's semis are all set up. That'll be a 2 o'clock start tomorrow. All these games here on STSPN. Peninsula and Lower Columbia at 2 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock, Wenatchee Valley and Lane. Clark taking some time in their huddle. Now they'll come out with 8.6 seconds remaining. The final countdown here for the Yakima Valley Yaks. They'll go into the consolation bracket. And ready to inbound here at the near sideline, just having a seat on the bench, is Glenn Baral. He'll throw it in. And Berg need not even bring it into front court. They'll still battle for the ball. And then a cast off at the horn will not go, and that will be it. And the Clark College Penguins will win it by the final score of 65-57. 65-57 the final. So it'll be Clark College heading into the finals. They'll take on the Whatcom Orcas tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We're going to hear from our player of the game here after the shake of hands. What did you... Weird ball game.
Yeah, it was. It was a little bit of an ebb and flow. I think, Clark, it was more of a street fight than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it just was kind of went back and forth, and Clark was able to hold them off in the end, but you got to give Yakima a lot of credit. They came back from a 12-point deficit to make this a ball game, and they just didn't have enough in the tank down the stretch to kind of get over that hump and get on the leader side of the board. So Clark did a good job just holding them off like a big brother with a pesky little brother more than anything.
Speaking of pesky little brother, Steve Willits is down there with the coach and the POG.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a surprise here. Coach asked if they could sit in the subway chair, so we are in the subway lounge having a little fun right now. First of all, Coach, you won the championship last year. Now you're one game away from getting back to the finals. How does it feel?
Feels good. All year long we just talked about trust in the process. Tonight was not pretty by any means, but we just kept kind of chopping wood, making plays, and ugly, but we'll take it.
Hey, the guy sitting next to you, Brian Burke, 26 points tonight. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, he's pretty good. We had a lot of guys on this team that haven't had tournament experience before, and their nerves showed. He hasn't played point guard for us all year, but he does whatever's asked of him. He needed to do it tonight, steady the ship, and played great.
Brian, all-freshman team last year, actually freshman of the year last year in the NWAC. You won a championship. Be nice to go out with another one. It's the last thing for you to accomplish, right? How does it feel?
It feels good. We're just trying to take one game at a time and keep it rolling right now.
Get a little nervous there when Trammell started hitting those threes in the second half and they tied the game up?
No, not really. Just take it one possession at a time. Coach always preaches next play, so we're on the floor next play.
I got to give Coach a lot of credit right now, Tom, because not only has he done an excellent job to get his team here, he's coached these guys well to say the right things to the media. The one
right.
game at a time adage.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, tomorrow, big game. Whatcom, a team that you didn't play during the regular season. Do you know much about them?
Well, I'll say on his behalf, he might not have been nervous when Trammell got it going, but I certainly was. So I had the nerves for the two of us. Whatcom's another tough test. They're going to slow the pace. They got the 7-footer inside. They're skilled. They shoot it well. Those are the kind of teams you want to face. You want to face the best to see what you're really made of. So it'll be a tough task. Get these guys off their feet. Get them some fluids. Tonight took a lot out of us. Hopefully we can give them our best shot tomorrow.
Well, there we go, and we're taking them off their feet right now, letting them lounge in the subway lounge, so they may not even want to go to the locker room now. But again, Brian Burke, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Coach Kirk, congratulations and best of luck to you tomorrow.
I'm just wondering, can we get some free subs? I mean, this is extra sponsorship right here.
That's above our pay grade.
Can we get a free footlong right now?
I have a feeling if we talk to the folks at Subway and let them know that these guys were over here, they might make you win a championship first. So perhaps
Let's go ahead and do that. We'll take it.
We'll talk to them on Sunday night, see if we can get some subs for these guys. Right now, we're going to let them get back to the locker room and get ready to go for tomorrow.
There we go. Thanks very much, Steve Willits, down on the floor. Thanks to Brad Baxter joining me here on the broadcast deck. Thanks to Pat Castro, our statistician. Thanks to Todd Elvig and his crew here for STSPN. Again, the finals are all set up. The semifinals for tomorrow, you'll see them all here on STSPN. For the women at 2 o'clock, Peninsula against Lower Columbia. At 4 o'clock, Wenatchee Valley against Lane. And then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for the men, Spokane against Big Bend. And at 8 o'clock, it'll be Whatcom against Clark. So thanks again to everybody for watching. I'm Tom Lafferty reminding you of tonight's final score. The Clark College Penguins 65, the Yakima Valley Yaks. You've been watching the 2016 NWAC Community College Basketball Championship Tournament on STSPN.com.